Alrighty everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So like the other videos, no big preamble. We're diving straight into it with Spy Family Mission 58 Part 2 by Tetsuya Endo, with translation by Casey Lowe and lettering by Rina Mappa. So we pick up where we left off the last chapter with Lloyd and Bond still trapped inside the burning apartment building. And you have the ground floor is engulfed in flames. That leaves the fire escape on the north side as our only option. I don't know how stable it'll be, but we have to take that risk. He's like, Bond, come. Bond's ears perk up again, and he kind of creates a little blockade in front of Lloyd to stop him from going forward. He's like, what are you doing? This is not the time to play. And right as he says that, the floor in front of them with a burning crash collapses with a crish. And you see a clatter, clatter, thud, thud, thud. And Lloyd's like, you saved me. Bond's like, Worf! It's like, your nose was able to detect an impending collapse? That's incredible. And Bond's like, what? Worf? It's like, well, so much for the fire escape option. Now we'll need to cut through the smoke to break our way out. But even if I'm able to hold my breath, Bond can't. Oh, and you see poor Bond with a cough, cough. And you see shift as he steps on a little plastic bag. And Lloyd's like, plastic bag? That could work. So by scooping up breathable air from the ground like this, and he kind of just skates the bag along the ground, he's like, we can make ourselves a crude oxygen tank. You have a Worf! It's like, this will let us cross areas full of smoke. And Bond's like, Worf! It's like, we'll use this to backpack to carry the pup. And you have a Yip! It's like, don't lose your way, stay right on my heels. And you have a Worf! You see a Foom. There's more fire exploding out the building. And you see an ooh-wee as the fire truck's coming by. And an explosion, you see Lloyd just kicking his way out of one of the windows with Bond right behind him. As they come to a stop with a gasp and a thump and a whoa, you made it out. It's like, can you see Lloyd taking the little puppy out of his bag and going, this little guy got left behind in apartment 407. And you see the old bystander going, oh, that's got to be Mrs. Bennett's dog. It was still in there? And you see a cough, cough as Bond's just kind of gently licking the puppy to make sure it's okay. So you two went that far to save her dog? It's like, that's quite a dog you got there. It's like, You see a fish. Oh, poor Bond. And you see that one of his little, like some of his fur near his butt has caught on fire. And he's like, wait. It's like, Bond, you're on fire. He's like, Worf. And he's like, hold on. I'll grab a bucket of water. And you see a splash as they just douse water on him. I'm sorry, I think this is only one of those things that dog owners can really appreciate, because poor Bond, when he gets doused in water, just loses all of his volume, and he just looks like a really skinny, gangly giraffe. And it's exactly how my dog looks whenever I bathe her. She looks exactly the same. Same with my little rat dog, Ira. Like, he looks exactly the same once you douse him and get his fur all wet. Oh, man, I needed that laugh. That was good. And you see Lloyd, the bystander, just looking at him in surprise. The bystander just laughs, like, so skinny. And Bond's all embarrassed, like, Borf. And Lloyd's like, this is what happens when you get wet. And he's just trying so hard not to laugh. He's like, you're the one who bathes him, so I've never seen him like this before. Like, Twilight, no! The spy must maintain his composure at all times. Like, he's trying so hard not to laugh. Poor Bond is just not his day. He's like, I'm just glad the fire's out. As he Bond sniffing around again. He's like, what is it? And he's like, shook, 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 shook. As he shakes off all the wetness from his fur. He's like, hey! And a huh? And a borf. As Bond goes running off again. He's like, sir, please keep an eye on the pup. He's like, sure. He's like, stop right there, Bond. Oh, so it was an arsonist. Or you see a Foom as you see this shady looking guy with his black jacket. I'm sorry, what the hell? And he's got a cap on that literally says fire. It's like, oh, just look at that baby burn. It's like, hey. And you see Mrs. Bennett running up screaming, Daisy! He's like, no, this can't be. It's like, ma'am, I need you to step back. It's like, but my Daisy's still in there. And you see the arsonist being like, oh, I just can't stop. Oh, Mrs. Bennett, you're back over here. You see a tum 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 and a huh? and a sproing and a boorf. As Bond just goes in after the kill, and the arson's like, "Whoa, what the hell is this soggy beast?" And Bond just clamps his jaws onto his leg. It's like, "Yow, that hurts! Get off of me!" He's like, "He's biting people again?" It's like, "Why you?" And as the guy's like rummaging around inside his bag, a bunch of cans of oil and lighters and matches all pop out. And you see Lloyd going, "Fire accelerants and incendiary devices." And he pulls out a knife and he goes, "Yeah, I'll teach you to mess with humans, stupid mutt." And you see Bond just looking kind of frightened. But Lloyd comes up, grabs his arm, smacks him in the face and knocks him out. It's like, "You think this is the guy who lit the fire?" And he's like, "Borf!" And Lloyd ties him up and goes, "According to police reports, this is the same accelerant that was used in the other recent arsons." It's like, "We'll call in a tip and let the police work it out." It's like, "Nice catch. Was it sent in the building? Or did all the nervous sweat tip you off?" And Bond's like, "Borf, borf." It's like, "Well, great work either way." And you see, "Oh, Daisy, thank heavens. I was so afraid that..." It's like, "Yep." It's like, "I'm just so glad you're safe. If anything had happened to you, it's like, "Oh, Daisy." And he hugs the puppy. And you see, Bond just looking all happy that he was managed to reunite them. And he's just standing there, look all content. Lloyd's also just looking at him happily. And the old bystander says, "It was a somber young fella and his giant skinny dog that saved your pup. They deserve a medal if you ask me." It's like, "I wonder where they went. Let me see if I can find them." And you see Lloyd just sneakily sneaking away. Or stealthily sneaking away. He goes, "Let's get out of here. I don't think it'd end well for either of us to appear in the papers." And you see Bond the sad just, "Borf," as he imagines himself winning a year's supply of meat for this hero dog. But Lloyd gently pats him on the head and goes, "You did good today. That was impressive." It's like, "That said," and Bond just perks up a little anxiety as he imagines Lloyd yelling at him, saying, "I told you not to bite the arms, not the legs." And he's sad, sort of sad, "Borf." And then Lloyd just kind of kneels down in front of him and says, "You gotta be careful, because there's someone else back home who'd be heartbroken if anything happened to you. I'm sorry about before. Your working dog duty should always come second. I want you to think of yourself as a member of the Forger family first and foremost. Got that? You aren't hurt, are you?" And Lloyd's just like, "Borf. You did breathe in a lot of smoke. So maybe we should drop by the vet on our way home." And you see Bond just coming up and just nudging and nuzzling against Lloyd, his tail wagging happily. He's like, "What the? Come on, quit that." It's like, "Don't get the wrong idea. I just want to head off anything that could derail my mission by destabilizing the Forger family is all." And you see Bond just be like, "Borf, borf," as he keeps rubbing himself against Lloyd. So, "I don't have any other missions tomorrow, so why don't we all go to the dog park? You did get left out of the family vacation after all." It's like, "Borf, borf." It's like, "I just don't get why your back bark changes when you're wet." Oh, I didn't even notice that he goes from wharf, wharf to borf, borf. That's good. Alright. Oh, man. I love the wholesomeness of this series so much, which just means that, oh, man, the eventual point when we get to, the betrayal, when all the secrets come out, where everyone finds out, what their actual allegiances are. Oh, it's just gonna punch me in the gut so hard when they all kind of separate, potentially. It might not. I mean, that's just the way I'm imagining what it might not happen, but, oh, man. Feels like we're just setting up all the pieces so when the dominoes do fall, it's just going to hit that much harder. But Bond is just, he's such a big, fluffy love bug, and I love him so much. He's the absolute best. Can't wait to see more of him and Lloyd's bonding moments as well. I'm glad we got that little, nice little touch at the end, even though Lloyd telling him, kind of reassuring him that, he's part of the family and that, he's important to them. That was a nice little touch. Made me really, really happy to see that. So I guess it was just a mini arc. Really wasn't leading up to anything yet, potentially. But that's fine. Not a big deal. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to get to the next chapter when it comes out next week. So look forward to that. As always, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'd really love to get over that 150 subscriber hump sometime early this year. And until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.